Hello guys! Excluded for this video, I made this list of hidden stats of all skills we have in Snaker. You can make or screenshot or join my Discord server and download it in a good quality. So in this video guys, I will show you them all, how they work, I will tell you when they can be useful and when it's better to avoid a certain skill. Let's start with elemental skills turrets. Ice turret does 4x damage of your attack. In case if you don't understand what does it mean, 4x, 6x and so on, it means in how many times damage higher of your attack. For example, your normal turret does 589 damage, then 4x damage is 2392. Besides doing 4x damage, ice turret slows enemies down. With Ice Field, Ice Turret's damage will be increased and now you'll do 6x damage. Plus iced enemies will leave frost areas, which slow enemies as well. At 2 crowns, iced enemies will spawn ice pillars, which are doing 15x damage to them. At 3 crowns, ice pillars damage will be increased. Now it's 20x damage of your attack. Some of you could not know this, but an elemental skill can be upgraded one more time. For this, you need to use 3 snakes of the same element. So when you use 3 ice snakes, you will be able to make Ice Sword. Ice Sword does a really powerful damage, 35x damage of your attack. So guys, ice turrets, ice skills are doing a really powerful damage, and besides that, they slow enemies down. Only downside that ice turrets do damage to one enemy unhit. Lightning does lower damage than ice, only 2x damage. Stronger lightning will increase the damage to 2.5x damage, but it's still not 4x damage. At 2 crowns, lightning turrets will do the same 2.5x damage, but now lightning triggers explosion, which does 6.5x damage when chained. It means when enemies are close to each other, lightning can burst and do that hard damage. Chain lightning triggers a chain unhit, and now when you hit one enemy with lightning, the lightning will be hitting all enemies. When you choose 3 lightning snakes, you'll be able to make this skill. It will increase lightning damage from 2.5x to 3.5x, and lightning explosion will do 10x damage instead of 6.5x damage. So while ice is better against one enemy, lightning is more powerful against many enemies. You do lower damage to one enemy but a way higher damage to many enemies. More enemies you will have, then more damage you will do on hit. Fire turrets are doing 4x damage as ice, and enemies hit with a fire are burning. Flame does a little damage. Fire line creates horizontal fire on hit. With crossline, you'll be able to hit more enemies because projectiles create crossfire and hit. Besides that, fire and burning damages are increased. At 3 crowns, fire projectiles create a fire circle, so you'll be able to hit even more enemies on hit. Unfortunately guys, I don't have 3 fire snakes, but as I will get information about this skill, I will add it to this list. So fire does higher damage to enemies than lightning, and it does the same damage as ice, but you can only hit enemies only in that circle radius, while lightning does it on bigger distance. Fire is not better and not worse than ice and lightning, but against tough bosses, I prefer lightning, I mean between lightning and fire. Because you'll hit all enemies and it doesn't matter where you are standing, while with fire, if a boss won't be in that circle radius, which happens often, it will be harder to kill that boss. Plant does from one side lower damage than fire and ice, only 2x, but it shoots 2 projectiles, so technically it does 4x damage if these 2 projectiles will hit an enemy. Double shot will double projectiles. Now you shoot 4 projectiles, so it's like you're doing x damage in total if all of them will hit an enemy. In most cases, you will not miss. At 2 crowns, you do higher damage, 3x damage of your attack. and plant projectiles penetrate walls and enemies. With this effect, you can hide behind walls and kill enemies. And you can hit many enemies if they are standing on the same line. What I like about plant, at 3 counts, plant projectiles will ricochet. So you will have 4 projectiles that does 12x damage in total, and which can penetrate enemies, walls and ricochet. Unfortunately guys, as in case with fire, I don't have 3 plant snakes. About downsides. Downside of plant is that most ricochet projectiles will not hit enemies. Anyway, it does 12x damage in total and you will have a chance to do 3x damage with 1 projectile to more enemies. Holy does 4x damage of your attack, and that's all what it does. When you will have Holy Thrust, that damage will be increased to 6x, and Holy projectiles can penetrate enemies and walls now. It works like piercing shot. With Holy Refract, your projectiles will refract 2 times, and damage will be 8x. And with Frenetic Refract, your projectiles will refract 4 times, and damage will be increased as well. Now it's doing 10x damage. And again guys, this skill will be added later. So Holy does really powerful damage, only Ice Pillars do higher damage. As for me, it's the best elemental skill in game. Because you can hit many enemies, and 10x damage is really powerful. When you're fighting against bosses, Holy projectiles refract and do damage to a boss more times. Okay guys, there were all elemental skills. Before I'll talk about passive skills, we have circle skills. Circle skills active when you make a circle around enemies. So the first one, Circle Turret. You spawn turrets on enemies' death. Turrets are doing 1x damage of your attack, the same damage, they're not moving anywhere, and that's all what they do. Really bad skill. But if you will not get this skill, you won't be able to make a Circle Robot. Circle Robots spawn on enemies' death as circle turrets. Now they are moving, they are following you. Damage is little increased, and all robots that didn't disappear after you clear a stage, you will have them in the next stage. As for me, this skill is bad and it's better to choose more powerful skills guys, but for farming it's kinda good. And the last circle skill, it is also a passive skill, Circle Damage. Circle Damage increases circle attack on 50%. It is not a bad or good skill, it more depends on your game style and other skills you choose. For example, I like to keep a distance from enemies, and for my game style, it's not a good skill. But if you're that player that goes on enemies, then yes, this skill will be very useful for you. Okay, now I'll tell you all secrets of passive skills, their hidden stats. One of the best skills in game, more is better. One new body gives plus 2% attack. I said new body because the first body you have from the beginning doesn't give you plus 2% attack. Here you can see that I have 16 turrets and I don't have plus 32% attack, I have plus 30% attack. This skill is more powerful with normal body plus 3, you'll get 3 bodies. Next skill doesn't have any hidden stats, it increases attack speed on 20%. And that's all. Rage is another powerful and one of the best skills. It increases attack on 1% when you lose 2% health. So technically, you can get up to 50% attack. Another skill without hidden stats, Attack Up. It increases your attack on 20%. Cold Blood is really powerful skill, but unfortunately guys, it gives plus 50% attack only if your health is full. I personally don't recommend this skill, because in most cases, especially in hard chapters, your health will be less than 100. Health Up will increase your health on 20%. It's a good skill when your health is low or you're about to fight with the final boss. Additional health will definitely help you to survive longer. Recovery Item recovers 30% health. It is only good when you're about to die. Shield is a good skill. You get a protective shield every time you enter a stage. It will save you from receiving only 1 damage. And the last skill we have in game, crit rate up. You'll have 10% chance to do crit damage. Crit damage, double damage. For example, if your normal damage 589, you will do 1196 damage. Okay guys, now you know hidden stats of all skills, when they can be useful and when it's better to avoid some of them. If you need more help and want to get more useful information guys, subscribe my channel, like this video and join my Discord server.